Hello guys, welcome back to another reaction video here on our Eyes Your Eyes. I'm ready to watch episode 10 of Steins season 1. But before starting this video, I just want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, click on the notification bell, leave a like to support me and join me in this great adventure. Okay, in the previous episode we understood that the more we go back to the past, the more we are losing many other things. So let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if Kyoma can find a way to solve all these. Are you ready to join me with this? Check it out. Yeah. It's like as if Fairies is disappeared too, cause no. Oh, what the F? She's working in Arameya. Exactly. And why she wanted to prevent that? Why she wanted to prevent that? But she's still here. Let's see if she remembers Kyoba and all the others. But are we sure that that's a satellite or it's not some alien stuff? Maybe the part-timer was coming thanks to that. Okay. Exactly. It seems so. But what about Maoka? Ah, in fact, good job, Chris. Oh! No! 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 Kyoma! That thing already changed the... She's a girl now. No, Kyoma. No! No, don't... No! Kyoma! Yes. Torture by every time she's thinking that Chris is the problem, in this case, she was saying, were you tortured by Chris? Eh, she is a warrior. What does that mean? And it's like she was tortured already. Let's remember this. Okay. That's like a crease. Ah, okay. Don't tell me that her dad is Kyoma. Let's see who her father is. Oh, so she can send the... Mama, can you imagine if... Uh, ah. But you don't need him, except for... the fairies, of course. Okay. But maybe he's going to discover. Who's there? Ah, who's watching him? A jelly? A red jelly! What? Maybe with the red jelly you can transfer to the past time human beings. So, because do you remember that he wanted to transfer human beings right now? I mean, no more objects, but or messages, but. Osaka! Wow, Osaka potecci. Who wrote that message? I'm watching you. Maybe someone coming from the future watching him. And maybe it's himself watching himself from the future by sending that zelly. I mean, that jelly. It's a hint, maybe. So when she's in front of the grave, maybe that's his grave. But maybe that grave is his grave. Oh my. So every time she's looking up in the sky, she's praying for him not to die. Maybe. Yeah. Or maybe from the future you moved everything you knew in that moment. I mean, if you're coming from the future, you know that you need a way to contact the Kyoma of the present time. So since that moment you were affecting yourself. Or maybe it's like as he said. What a mess. Yeah. Maybe she's going to find something. What is that? Oh, what the F? Maybe something is changing now. Or not, okay. Oof. Future gadget. Oh, the blackout. Yeah. No. Okay. Yeah. But then he was laughing. But I think that he is always laughing when he is not feeling confident enough. She likes him, yo. She likes him. I think she's not coming. Yeah, but let's eat first. I mean, but I don't think that she lives over there. So if she's busy, she will not come there. Oh my. Goodbye. Why? Why? Is she going to end her life? Or is she going back with her dad to live together with him? Oh no, what happened? No, please tell us. No, but the thing will not happen. No, because otherwise you'll see that she doesn't want to meet her dad. Here we go again. Hey, the satellite is gone! What I have now, but now you'll see that she doesn't want to meet her dad. Or she is also disappeared, maybe. Here she is. Ah, but wait. Oh no! Oh! What? Oh, what? It's like as if he didn't. As if he was not there. Or as if he doesn't remember this time. Every time he's remembering, but this time he doesn't. No, look. Okay. This is becoming so intricate. But let me go step by step because I wanted to analyze as much as I can. Now we know that this part-timer worker, she wants to meet her dad. She didn't come. In that world line, she didn't come. So he was following her, or he was trying to find her because he received the message in which it was written goodbye. But if you noticed, as soon as she was saying goodbye and he was running through the city in order to find her, the satellite disappeared. I mean, of course, maybe there is an explanation for that. Because the satellite couldn't be there, because we are even before Akihabara became Akihabara. So it means that it was incoherent to put the satellite over there in a moment of time, in a time in which the satellite was not falling down. Do you understand what I mean? If we are going back to the Akihabara that was before being the Akihabara we know, of course, even that accident to Chris didn't happen. Of course, that satellite was not there because it's another world line. But why there is the cave? I mean, there is this sort of hole made by the satellite if this is not happening. It's like as if it was erased, the satellite, but it was not erased, the hole. That was something strange. But then another thing that is connecting with this is that as soon as she was saying goodbye, even the satellite disappeared. So is she coming from the future, as I was always telling you? She knows Chris, and we don't know why she knows Chris. But at the same time, she wants to meet her father after so many years. She's not talking to him. She doesn't have his phone number, but she wants to find him. So what if she came with that satellite? I mean, what if she came with that object that everyone was thinking that is a satellite, but it was just maybe something else, a way to move or a way to pass from one dimension to the other one, maybe? It could be. And this part-time worker, she's using it because by coming from the future and by having this tool, that day she was coming into that world line, she was killing accidentally Chris because of that. Or maybe that accident was made on purpose. I mean, to kill Chris, maybe it was an action that was done on purpose because she is the problem of everything here. We don't know, but anyway, as I was telling you during the reaction, especially after we hear the part-timer workers, that's name is Titor, Bennett, or Barrels, Titor, or something like that. What if she is Kyoma's daughter? I mean, what if the dad she's trying to find is Kyoma? Also because she doesn't know his phone number. And actually, every time she sees that Kyoma is using this phone and he is always talking to somebody, even if it's not. I mean, he's just pretending to talk to somebody. But what if she is his daughter? And that's why she can't find him, because she has it in front of her eyes. Then, another thing is that Mayuri-chan says that every time she's finding a shooting star, every time she thinks that Kyoma is in danger, she's looking up in the sky and she's praying for his health, as much as she did when they were kids. But you need to remember that we always see that scene in which she's in front of the grave, but we don't know who that person is. I mean, we don't know who died over there. And maybe that's Kyoma. Maybe Kyoma died and Kyoma can see some reflections from the future. I mean, he can see that Mayuri is in front of a grave without even knowing that that grave is his grave. And when he's saying, maybe I received that power in the moment in which I reached that fever that day, in which I had that fever that day. What if from that moment, yes, he could have this power too. I mean, he could feel as if something changed. But at the same time, maybe that's also the moment in which this future Kyoma was getting in touch with this young Kyoma and helped him, guided him to discover these things, to ask himself about these things, so that he could develop this idea to create a time machine. There are so many questions about this story and it's still not solved. Of course, it can't be because we are just episode 10. But this is awesome, and I also think at this point, as much as I was telling you many times, what if Kyoma is all imagining this? Because maybe nothing of this is happening, everything is just in his mind. And he's thinking, he's creating, as much as he is creating these imaginary phone calls with somebody, maybe he's also imagining everything. Wow, and maybe none of these people is existing, because that's why it's possible for him to keep these relationships no matter the emails sent, because it's all coming from his mind. So of course these characters are not disappearing from his mind by creating all these, it's just the setting that is changing. Or in this episode, it happened that he didn't remember that this part-time worker was coming. I mean, this was the first time in which Kyoma doesn't remember that she came over there, that she ate together with all of them, etc., etc. Usually Kyoma remembers what happened before and the others don't remember, but this time it was the contrary. He seemed not to remember what happened, and in fact, this worker told him, look, you even made videos, you even took pictures, so go and check it out. And in fact, the videos were there. So why, for the first time, he couldn't remember, or he didn't know that he was shooting videos, he was shooting pictures? This is strange too. What if, at this point, that the title who's writing to him, it's just himself from the future? Or what if this title writing to him is these part-time workers dead, talking to him? But the problem is that Kyoma is talking to John Titor, not to Beryl Steiner. So there has to be something else going on here. But the suspicious thing to me is that even these part-time workers' dad's name is Titor. What's going on here? That's interesting. Kyoma is always saying that he wants to modify the past. I don't understand why he's not interested in the future, for example. I mean, I wonder why he doesn't want to modify the future instead. Just because in the present time the future is unknown, that doesn't mean that the future, if you go to the future, that's already the present time, so you can modify it somehow. I mean, he's always thinking that by modifying the past, there is a difference in the present and, of course, a difference in the future. But what if we do the opposite thing? We modify the future, as much as John Titor wants to do. I mean, he wants to modify the future. He's not talking about the past. Last but not least, Kyoma doesn't find this part-time worker that night. Kyoma receives this message from her in which it said goodbye, but when he wanted to follow her, Carice stopped him from doing this. And maybe that's why this part-time worker is so against Carice, because Carice is the origin of the fact that she can't meet her dad, that means Kyoma. We know that she's against Carice, but we don't know why. And when now in this episode Kyoma wanted to follow her to see these part-time workers dead meeting her, Carice was saying, no, don't do that, otherwise I'm going to hit you, let's say. Why? That's something incredible. And when Kyoma wants to go back in time to follow her that day, no, he is finding her already after she couldn't meet her dad. And she was coming to the lab to celebrate with all of them. That's strange. At this point, it should have been different. That means that Kyoma, by going back in time in the past and by sending this message to himself, maybe he should have seen this part-time worker going to that place in which she was supposed to meet her dad, but he didn't go. Okay guys, let's see what's going to happen in the next episode, episode 11 of Steins Gate, season 1. In the meantime, feel free to subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell. Bye guys, see you in the next video.